Hi, I'm Cindy Halpern, and yes, this is going to be a bitch session. I bought an expensive purse at Brighton at the Walt Whitman Mall in Huntington, New York. I wasn't sure about the purse. It was an expensive purse, and I have buyer's remorse. And I had the return receipt, and I brought the purse back, and they wouldn't take it. They had me speak to the manager. She refused. Then they had me speak to the store owner, I suppose she was, and they didn't really have a reason for not returning it. They had the receipt. The salesperson that sold it to me, first she says, well, you need it in the box, and I said, wow, I was allergic to the box, and the salesperson said, yeah, I didn't give her a box. And then I guess she said the purse was dirty, which I never used. It wasn't dirty. And they wouldn't take it back, and she offered to give me a shopping bag for the purse, which I don't know why she would do that. There was no point to that. And they just didn't want to take it back. So what I'm going to probably do is sell it on eBay or Craigslist or whatever. But, you know, I had the receipt, I had the purse, I bought it a few weeks ago, and they wouldn't take it back. And that's all there is to it. There's nothing on the receipt that says they wouldn't take it back. There's no time limit. There was no denying that I bought it there. The salesperson recognized me. They just didn't want to take it back. She really didn't give me a reason. So unhappy about that. And, you know, I just stood there for a second, dumbfounded, and I saw all the customers buying stuff. And, you know, I guess I was a little mouthy. I kind of did, not in a loud voice, in a normal voice, I kind of said, well, don't buy anything here because they're not going to return it. And two customers, I guess, heard me and left the store. You know, it was an expensive purse, and I didn't want it. And I returned it. I did everything I was supposed to do, and I didn't want it. And, you know, I think what happened is I went to St. Martin, I went to the French section, and I bought a purse that I could use. The other purse was too heavy on my back, and I can't really use it. And, you know, when I held it, there was nothing in it, obviously. But when I tried to put stuff in it, it was heavy, and it was going to hurt my back, and it wasn't going to meet my needs. So I guess I should have been more careful, and I guess in a way it's really my fault because I did buy it. And this is just a lesson learned that when you buy something like that, you really need to think about it a little more. And I should have visualized what it would feel like with stuff in it. And it's my own fault, but I got mad because it's an expensive purse and I don't want it anymore. And I'm going to have to try to sell it on eBay now for a lot less than what I paid for it. And, I mean, you know, at that same time, when I bought the purse, I bought a really nice coat, nice winter coat, and the winter coat is beautiful. And I think what really happened was I hadn't gone to St. Martin yet, so I didn't have the other purse. And the purse that I had, the zipper broke on me, and you know, someone ended up fixing the other purse that the zipper broke. So I just wasn't, you know, maybe in an impulsive mood when I bought the nice coat. I thought I'd get the purse too. And that was the same month where I bought these glasses that I'm wearing now. Those were expensive. And I guess just looking over the bill, I decided that it really wasn't worth that. And, you know, the lesson is sometimes you're going to get stuck. Sometimes you're not going to be able to return it and you're just going to get stuck. And it's a lesson learned. And, you know, I wasn't going to be cheerful when they refused it. I mean, I think what they could have done is offered me a store credit for a lesser amount. You know, there's different things they could have done to appease me. They could have said, well, you brought it back a few weeks later. We'll give you a partial store credit. You know what? That might have made me happy. You know, if they gave me a partial store credit just for my trouble, then I think I might have been appeased. But they didn't really try too hard. They don't really need to try too hard. That people are purchasing things. And I'm going to be honest with you. I live on Long Island. And when I lived in Rhode Island, the attitude was a little bit different. The people in Rhode Island are, you know, I don't want to generalize, but the people in Rhode Island are more down to earth, a little more polite in general, more human. On Long Island, it's a very exclusive club here. It's very rich people. Not that there aren't rich people around, but there's a lot of rich people in Long Island. They commute into New York, and you notice the attitude, and they run into you with their shopping carts in the supermarkets, and they feel entitled. And it's fine to have money. My father worked hard all his life, and, you know, he spent his money helping his family. My mother inherited, and my mom ended up helping us. But I'm going to tell you something, I guess because my mom was a Holocaust survivor. We never felt entitled. I never did feel entitled. My parents always taught me that if you work hard, you do the best you can, and sometimes it's not going to work out. And in Long Island, they seem more entitled. Not everybody. Obviously, I've met some really nice people in my temple, my second-generation Holocaust group. Of course, there are exceptions. Of course, there are some nice people here, too. But in general, there's a little bit of an air here, better than thou attitude. And, you know, I can see with this purchase that I didn't want, that I don't know that I can say I'm still transitioning to Long Island, because I've been here almost 5 years now. Just, I guess it's not a good fit. I'd have to say it's probably not a good fit. I mean, I live here. There's some nice things to do and see here, but I'm a very liberal person. I'm very, I have a big mouth, okay? And I just say it the way I see it. And it's just this attitude, you know, I'm sorry. If this had been Rhode Island, I think they would have taken it back or given me a partial store credit. But because, you know, they don't need to appease me. They have plenty of other ritzy customers that they can sell bags to. They don't need me as a customer. And, you know, to tell you the truth, I don't need them either. You know, it's just symbolic of some of the issues I've had on Long Island, to be honest with you. That the adjustment hasn't been the best. And that's it. People are people, but there are people who have attitudes, and I still will work on trying to fit in here, but you know what? It's just one of those things. I'm just meant to be an outsider, and maybe as an outsider I see things that other people don't see. And, you know, I believe that I have a purpose here on Long Island. I do volunteer at hospice, and that's a big exception also. Hospice, the people at hospice have been wonderful, and I've really enjoyed that experience. There's no uppiness there. The people involved in the hospice here are not like the rest of them. So, you know, like I said, this was a bitch session, and take it for what you will. And just perhaps I'm just unhappy that I bought an expensive bag that I don't want. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks.